the early stages where she's trying to build up a range.
And I always think about Morgana for Olleh, even when it's not in flavor of the month, he's the one picking it up. All the way back when he was on Hong Kong Esports, I remember watching him in the LMS, just being like, okay, he's playing Morgana, nobody else is. It's definitely a throwback for him. And I expect that here, because black shielding an Azir or a Tristana late game just adds even more to the hard to kind of stick to champion.
All right, you're talking about hard to stick to champions. Ezreal is pretty slippery when you're thinking about AD carries. The Arcane Shift gives him the ability to get himself out of most problematic spots, and the range of the Mystic Shot means he'll be able to rein in that poke from a long way away. We'll see if that's the recipe for success here for 100 Thieves. Their last pick, like you guys predicted, is going to be that top lane for Someday, giving him plenty of time to see the entire composition from Liquid before picking up what'll be that last piece of the puzzle.
And Someday is another guy that we should probably talk about from last game. Really good engagements and team fight play there on the Ornn, getting 2 double lift, getting some very key kills for them. So definitely a good move here from 100 Thieves, keeping his pick. And there's probably going to be your Morgana lock-in as well for Olleh. Now, another thing with the Ezreal pick there for 100 Thieves for Cody's is it has a possibility of letting Aphromoo roam around and create plays on this Braum a little bit earlier.
Yeah, very self-sufficient. And right here, last champion to be picked. The Ornn, pretty standard here, I guess, with the Cho'Gath banned away.
You've got the Ornn, and you don't have to worry about the enemy team with the Braum. Now they've got the Braum. There's no way for that to be shut down so easily with the ultimate and the team fights. It means Someday can use that a bit more freely to try to set things up from a long way away, but again, he does have to be worried about that Trundle shredding those stats.
Yeah, and while they do have one Dark Shield, Olleh's going to have to choose between Pobelter or Double Lift to try and give that crowd control immunity to when they see the Skarner and the Ornn coming.
Right now, look at these team comps. Team Liquid, front-to-back fighting is going to favor them because they have a tank shredder, they have ways to engage and pick champions, and a lot of damage from these 2 hyper carries. But then on the side of 100 Thieves, this feels like a more get an early advantage.
Lose 1 melee up there.
His route, though, is kind of strange.
Yeah, it did take him extra time, and actually, now he's cornered.
He's cornered, but Someday misses the initial knock up there. Meteor's coming in, able to find some lockdown. Here comes your Ornn ulti. Impact knocked up into the air. The aim strikes true, but he's still able to stay alive. It's 2 versus 2. Meteor's trying to get away now from Smithy, and the rampaging glory and death from Impact. Someday gets back underneath the turret, but it's a 1-for-1 trade.
But Pobelter's up here as well. I don't know if they're going to go for a dive. It looks like they're just going to back off, but that means that they don't have Someday clearing this minion wave out and pushing it, and it'll freeze.
And, you know, Ryu on Taliyah has hit level 6, so now he gets to push the wave and he can look somewhere else. Here we go, though. They try and punish Impact for teleporting mid instead of top and then just walking back up, because they also have the level 6 on Ornn. But Smithy arrives and he knows Impact's got 2 lives.
Yeah, Impact also hit level 6 in the middle of that fight. Got a knock up in their face, so they got more damage on the Meteos. They got more time.
And shows on them, so Meteos moves to the bottom side knowing that there's no possibility of the Trundle being here.
Oh, that's a great one. Mid lane. Ryu forced to flash out with a flash after by Pobelter. Throws him right back into the waiting arms of his teammate. Ryu tries to escape from this one, but it's going to be a very difficult trip out. Still getting that distance.
Oh, the drift.
He's escaped for now. He goes on a ride of the stopped by Olleh.
Olleh got him with the ultimate snag right there. They're leashing the dragon as well. Might as well do that one. Never mind.
Oh my gosh. He actually is spamming the ultimate and tags him with it.
Yeah, snags him with it, knocks him right off. Dragon's going to be started up, and Team Liquid finally catch Ryu. I believe, maybe if we see the replay, we can show the Fog of War, but I believe that 100 Thieves, with that control ward you see behind their red buff, saw Smithy going to the Raptors, and so they were aware of his position, yet it was just such a good pillar from Smithy that they caught Ryu out.
Yeah, that pillar was beautiful. Doesn't just close off the route. It forces you to go a completely different one. And then Ryu, his flash, not exactly a reactionary flash, it's a predictive flash here.
Perfect. Yeah. They do see him over the ward there. Thank you, observers. They even captured the Spire, so they definitely knew he was there. Alerts have been sounded. And Ryu is playing to the bottom side here because he knows he's there, but the pillar separates him right there. The flash is easily answered by Pobelter. I like the no hesitation from Pobelter going into tower range. Even though he takes 3 tower shots to start this play out, they've got the extra man coming too with Impact, the Scion. Throwing on down, and then Olleh
so clutch.
snags him with the ultimate. Doesn't even try for, you know, the risky binding. Just hits it, yeah.
The face you make when you almost got away.
He's like, I got away from the Trundle, I got away.
Meteos taking some damage at the start, flashes forward onto Pobelter, looking to grab the stun. Meteos makes sure he gets the kill. It's 1-for-1 as both top laners show up and both walk away.
Oh my goodness, they do get the kill. Meteos commits his flash for that one though, as maybe they thought that they were going to be the only ones with the teleport coming in. Anyways, kills traded over in the end, and bottom side actually ultimate hitting.
It did look like Meteos took too long to actually go for that ultimate there. The tier allows him to have more mana, but hold on, 4 people in the bottom side for TL.
Cody's son and Afro who gonna have a hard time getting away from this one. Cody's already down. Afro will follow him shortly after. The stopwatch from Olleh to make sure he doesn't die to the turret aggro, and Liquid walk away with 2.
Oh, with all the ganks going on around mid lane, you know, Doublelift and Olleh quietly doing a lot of work, taking out chunks of health from the 100 Thieves.
Inner turrets.
Speaking of fast, Meteos turns on the Predator. Ryu swoops in from the side, and Xmithie, remember, has no flash to speak of. Taken very low. Knocked right back in as Pobelter comes over the Ryu wall. And now it might be Liquid, who's found 100 Thieves. Spot! A 4-man shuffle finds them all, and Liquid finds huge success.
100 Thieves take down Xmithie, but Pobelter finds vengeance for his friend.
That 4-man Shurima shuffle changes the whole fight at the end of it, and TL, they get 4 of them.
That is the kind of big playmaking in the pit you want to see in game number 1. Xmithie steals the Baron in game number 2. Pobelter finds the ult, and now on spawn, Team Liquid moves to Baron.
The double Mountain Drakes with Azir and Tristana damage melts that thing down.
And Meteos will be nowhere nearby to try any kind of a steal. 20 minutes and 10 seconds into game 2. Liquid's got Baron again.
Both games so far, it has been one mistake from 100 Thieves by the Baron pit. And here, they start this fight, they get Xmithie, and then they all back up because that TP location, they're all up against the wall though. Pobelter, the slide, the flash, the 4-man shuffle.
What a beautiful all-in from Pobelter. Getting all of the kills there. Back for...
Just kind of tank this front line, especially Xmithie. He's been the one taking a beating. He's got 100% KP though. He's the one face checking. And we'll see because he's very tanky.
Xmithie on the front line, popping the subjugation. Meteos going to be deleted. No way away from that one as Doublelift jumps forward, still looking to find more damage. The wall will hold Liquid at bay for a moment. Cody's son throws out a couple more Mystic shots, but with your jungler down and your solo laners injured, it's Liquid's top lane to push.
As soon as Meteos shows himself, boom, subjugate. He's now ultra squishy, and they just annihilate him.
Yeah, Team Liquid aren't going to stop here. They're coming for the last inhibitor, and they're coming quick.
Tier 3 under siege, but it won't be that way for long when it's a pile of rubble. Inhibitor number 3 now going down. The base is ruined, and 100 Thieves are on their last legs. Liquid continues to push. The tanks don't even care about the seismic shove. They can be thrown into a million of those little Talia stones. It will not matter. The damage does not pierce it, as now they push up with the bottom minion wave. They work their way towards the Nexus turrets. Ryu's gonna be knocked up into the air. The Orno comes through. The mid laner flashes away. Impact having to fall back. The turret still dropping. Doublelift gets himself back with a rocket jump as Meteos on the front line can't find his way towards anyone. Going to be stunned up, locked down, and beat down. Yet again, Doublelift grabbing the kill on that one as the turret drops in sync with it. They continue to push. The powered up minion from the banner of command leading the way, and Pobelter again into the front lines to make sure this fight goes the way of Team Liquid. Someday taken very low as Xmithie will tank for an eternity and a half. The Nexus is exposed, the Thieves are on the retreat, and Liquid is looking to take this to match point right here, right now.
In a decisive game 2, like we saw yesterday, Team Liquid proving themselves here, and now it will be